keep gloves and mask with you. So I hope you all have read the same. And today you must have received an SMS from CAT authorities, all right, stating the reporting time. So please ensure you are at the center at the mentioned reporting time. So as my paper is in the third slot, so I am asked to report at 3 p.m. So please check your reporting time as well. And I hope you all must have received the SMS. क्या take है सभी का? I hope you all have received. Right, right, good, good, good. Okay, so let's get started now. Right, 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 right. Good, Shobit. First, students getting into first slot uh, are usually the ones who need not worry at all, right? So they can enjoy the surprise element, and the pressure and tension goes out the moment you see paper. Okay, so guys, I am Ajay Sareen. So I am a 100 percentiler in quant and DI section of CAT. So those who are still not following me can follow me to watch all my videos on Gradeup. So after CAT, we are still having ZAT with us, SNAP, IFT, and other exams. So we are doing sessions on all the exams. So please follow me on Gradeup. You just need to search Ajay Sareen. So now this is of no use. So tomorrow we are having exams. So this is now the most important part. Guys, the moment you are done with your paper, please be online from your device itself, from your mobile phone. All right. So as per your slot, you just need to come online. Right, right. You just need to come online at the respective slots. Students who are free from first slot have to come online by 10:45. Analysis will start. Students who will be free at 2:30 in shift 2 has to report online at 2:45, and students who are done with shift 3 must report at 6:45. So let's start with geometry first, because there are a lot of formulas of geometry and theorems. So we will ensure that each and everything in geometry is covered properly, right? So in the later stage of the class, if we still have time, yes, Deepika, that is something which is very normal. If you live in metros, so it happens like this. All right, so you kindly ensure you reach your center on time. Please don't get late. They have called students in different slots. So the reporting time given to you, you have to manage at that particular time frame. Okay, guys, let's start. So in case of geometry, if we are given two lines which are parallel and there is a transversal, so these angles are going to be equal. So these two angles are called vertically opposite angles. So whenever two lines are intersecting, vertically opposite angles are always equal. So let it be A and B, right? So one is vertically opposite angles. Then other part is corresponding angles. So angle A will be equivalent to this angle. So let it be C. A is equivalent to C. Or B will be equivalent to this angle. Let it be D. So these are called corresponding angles. Angle A equals C, angle B equal D, and vertically opposite will be A equal B and C equal D. Then we have alternate interior angles. So alternate interior angles are going to be B and C. So angle B equals angle C. And A and D are called alternate exterior angles. So they are also equal. So please keep in mind their positions, but all angles are equal. We have to keep in mind. Now there are certain angles which add up to 180 degree. And angles whose sum is 180 are called supplementary angles. Please keep this term in your mind. Alright, so there is a possibility he can give you an information of the form that the two angles are supplementary. So it means that sum of the two angles is 180 degree. If in any case we are given angles are complementary, it means their sum is 90 degree. So this is a very basic information, but सभी को ध्यान रखना चाहिए इसका. So there is another part which is forming a linear pair. So linear pair also adds up to 180 degree. Alright. So in this case, angle A plus angle E forms linear pair. Angle B and angle E again forms linear pair. Good evening, good evening. अभिजीत करते हैं discussion. Alright. First of all, let's focus on the academic part. Alright, because this is going to be a very lengthy class for all revision. Geometry का revision is very lengthy. मानसी कोई इश्यू नहीं है. You can join the analysis on your mobile device if you are carrying it. But if you are not carrying, just reach home and join it immediately. If someone is going with you, तो आप phone उनको दे सकते हो. Right? So no need to worry. Okay, so angle A plus angle E forms linear pair whose sum is 180 degree. Then angle B and angle F, they form co-interior angles. So angle B, angle F are called co-interior angles whose sum is 180 degree. Right, so they are called supplementary angles also, but the term is co-interior for angle B and angle F. Angle E and angle D are called co-exterior angles, and their sum is again equivalent to 180 degree. So they are the basic terminologies for all the angles which are equal here. All right. Now, in case of a triangle given to me, so if we segregate triangles as per their side, they are of three types. One will be scalene triangle, wherein no two sides are equal. Then isosceles triangle, wherein two sides are equal and hence opposite angles to those two sides are also equal. Third is equilateral triangle, wherein all sides are equal, hence all angles are also equal. As per angles, triangles can be segregated in three parts again. One is acute angle triangle, other is obtuse angle triangle, and third is a right angle triangle. Right, so I am going to close my video because I am required a lot of space to write. Okay, now, so usually we take A opposite A and B opposite B and C opposite C. So the very first thing that we must ensure is sum of two sides is always more than the third side, right? Or difference between two sides is always less than the third side. So both the things are the same, right? Along with that, B plus C should be greater than A, which is greater than B minus C, or we can say C plus A is more than B, which is more than C minus A. All right. So it also means each and every side lies in between sum of the other two sides and difference of other two sides. Now, if I add these three inequalities, So the ones I am putting in this dotted uh, picture, if we add these three inequalities, it gives me 2a plus 2b plus 2c is greater than a plus b plus c, right? So in this case, नहीं ये मैंने गलत लिख दिया, sorry, not all. If I take any one of the inequality a plus b greater than c, and if I add only c on both sides, it gives me a plus b plus c is greater than 2c, or c will be less than a plus b plus c divided by 2, and a plus b plus c is nothing but perimeter of the triangle. So we can say each side is always less than half the perimeter of the triangle, right? So it can never be equal to or more than half the perimeter of the triangle. So all these are strictly true, right? On the other side, if we have a right angle triangle, we know a square plus b square equals c square. If it is a case of obtuse angle triangle, then the relation between sides will be a square plus b square will be less than c square. In this case, c is the longest side. Please keep that in mind, right? And in case of acute angle triangle, a square plus b square will be greater than c square. So in this case, c is the longest side of the triangle. So ये प्लीज सभी ने ध्यान में रखना है. Now, if we come across any triangle whose three sides are ABC, then there is a sine law and a cosine law which holds true between sides of the triangle and angles of the triangle. So sine law states that A upon sine of angle A equals B upon sine of angle B equals C upon sine of angle C. All the three ratios are equal. Now guys, this information is very, very helpful. In any case, if any two angles are given to you, as we know, sum of three angles is 180 degree, we can always find third angle, right? So if two angles are known to you, it means all three angles are effectively known to you. And if only one of the side is given to you, it will enable you to find other two sides of the triangle. So please ध्यान में रखना where and how we can apply sine law. Gaurav, in case of right angle triangle or acute angle triangle or obtuse angle triangle, C is the longest side. So when you draw a right angle triangle, so this is A, this is B, this is C. If we draw obtuse angle triangle, so if this is A, this is B, this will be C. If we draw acute angle triangle, right, this is A, this is B, this is C. Still we are considering that C in all the cases is the longest side. Is it done, Gaurav? Sudeshna, just wait. Right now it is going to be a pure academic session, right? So we will discuss everything other than this geometry after the class. So once we are done with the class, I will answer all your queries. Right now focus is only and only on revision of geometry. ठीक है, सब discuss करेंगे. Just have patience, all right? And my prime focus right now is to answer, to revise rather, all right, entire geometry. That is the prime focus right now. Okay. So now when it comes to cosine law, Cosine law is applicable for any angle. If I have to write cosine for angle A, which is cos A, it is equivalent to B square plus C square minus A square divided by twice of B into C. So please look at the values I am taking. So the side opposite angle A will be minus A square. Rest two values are B square plus C square divided by twice of the product of B and C, which are the two adjacent side to this angle. If I have to write cosine for angle B, so cos B is equivalent to A square plus C square minus B square upon twice of AC. If I have to write cos of angle C, it is equivalent to A square plus B square minus C square divided by twice of AB. Now let's focus on any one of these. So if any one of the angle is given to you, along with any two sides out of the three, cosine law will help you to find third side of the triangle. I hope it is clear. Alright, so if any one angle is given to you along with two sides of the triangle, it will enable you to find third side of the triangle. Alright. Now, if all three sides are known to you and one of the angle is known to you, sine law will enable you to find other two angles of the triangle also. Right, so whenever we have to build a relation between sides and angles of the triangle, we either use sine law or we use cosine law to build the relation. Now on the other side, if there is any triangle ABC, then its area can be calculated in many ways. So one would be your standard formula when we can apply S into S minus A into S minus B into S minus C. So it is called Heron's formula, where S is the semi-perimeter, which is A plus B plus C divided by 2. Or we can also say area of the triangle is half of base into height. Or we can say area of the triangle is half of AB sine theta. So they are the three standard formulas which we are required to build to find area of the triangle. Now if we move on to in radius, circumradius, right? So in radius is equivalent to, which I usually write as R, is equivalent to area of triangle upon semi-perimeter. So we can also say area of the triangle is equivalent to semi-perimeter, this radius in radius multiplied with semi-perimeter. So please keep this in mind. It is in radius, right? And this S stands for semi-perimeter. Likewise, if we talk about circumradius, which is given by capital R, so it is equivalent to A into B into C. Guys, can you guys tell me what is the formula for circumradius? I need to check how many of you remember. Come on, be quick, tell me. Good, good, good. So please keep this 4 in your mind. It is product of the three sides upon 4 times area of the triangle. So we can also say area of the triangle equals product of the three sides divided by 4 times circumradius. So this R stands for circumradius. So they are the standard formulas that we use throughout. Right, good, good, good. Not 3A psycho. It is 4R in the denominator. Now if we come across X radius, so when we go for X center, X circle, we get x radius. So let's denote it by r dash. It is equivalent to area of the triangle upon semi-perimeter minus the side which is not extended. So we can also say area of the triangle equals r dash into s minus a, where r dash is x radius. So the last formula written by me, it's very rarely used. शोभित बहुत लेंथी हो जाएगा अगर मैं ऐसे एक एक चीज एक्सप्लेन करने लग पड़ा. पहले क्लास नहीं किया क्या शोभित? अगर ऐसे ड्रॉ करने लग पड़े बहुत टाइम लगेगा यार, हो ही नहीं पाएगा. आई यूजली टेक ज्योमेट्री इन मोर देन 10-12 आवर्स यार. अरे ऐसा क्यों यार, क्लासेस करनी चाहिए थी ना. क्लासेस तो मत स्किप किया करो. चलो करते हैं. गिव मी अ मिनट, कर लेते हैं. Okay, now so in case of a right angle triangle ABC, if we draw a perpendicular from B on hypotenuse, let it be BD. So the very important relation here among sides will be AB into BC equals BD into AC. So product of AB and BC equals product of BD and AC. So usually in case of right angle triangle, when these two sides are given to you and we are required length of BD. So first of all, by applying Pythagoras, we can find length of AC. So once AC is there, in order to find BD, we can always use this particular relation, right? Point number two, in this case, because triangles, the smaller triangles like ABD and BDC are going to be similar, or the larger triangle is similar to both the smaller triangles. So out of this, we can say that BD square, so this is BD square, equals product of AD and CD. So you can expect direct questions on these kind of things. If CD is given to you along with AD and he asks you the length of BD, just apply this. Nothing else is required, right? Point number three, if I write AB square, in this case, AB square will be equivalent to AD into AC. So I am taking this particular vertex in focus here. So AB square equals AD into AC. And when we put focus on C, so CB square, which I am writing BC square, equals CD into CA. So all the three relations are the result of that the smaller triangles are similar to the larger ones. This is the result of equating area of the given triangle in two ways. I hope all this part is clear to each and every student. Let me read your messages. The formulas mentioned by me, Shobet, they are the standard formulas for any triangle, right? They are the journal cases. So whether it is your, you can say, scalene triangle or your isosceles triangle or your equilateral triangle, they were the journal formulas. So I will write for equilateral triangle in next slide. Shreya, we are doing it for last 3-4 days. So today it is only geometry. कल तो पेपर है, पूरा तो हो नहीं पाएगा श्रेया. So we already did 3-4 sessions on this. Right? Nikita, till date, Tita questions never had negative marking. So now कल पता चलेगा what is the paper pattern. Right, Nikita? So let's see कल क्या आता है paper pattern. अभी we should just focus on this revision instead of कल क्या होगा, वो तो अब यार होना ही है, सबको पता चल जाएगा. बिल्कुल टेंशन मत लो कल का यार. एक चीज को बस ध्यान में रखो. इफ अ पर्सन लाइक मी कैन स्कोर 100 परसेंटाइल, किसी का भी आ सकता है. ठीक है, मेरी शक्ल पे कहीं नहीं लिख रखा दैट आई कैन स्कोर 100. एंड इट्स नॉट लाइक एक बार, हर साल यही स्कोर आता है. 100, 99.99, 99.98, 100, ऐसा ही रहता है बस. सो आई ऑलवेज से इफ आई कैन स्कोर, एवरी वन कैन स्कोर. तो कल क्या होगा उसकी अभी चिंता छोड़ो, सिर्फ आज के बारे में सोचो. कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता ना यार, पैटर्न चेंज होने से कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता. आई हैव स्पेंट 16 इयर्स इन दिस इंडस्ट्री. जितने मर्जी आ जाए शोभित, कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता. सी, यू गाइज आर सो फोकस्ड ऑन क्या होगा क्या नहीं होगा. एट द एंड ऑफ द डे वी कैन सॉल्व ओनली एंड ओनली दोज मैनी क्वेश्चंस which are up to my skill level. Whether the number of questions are less or the number of questions are more, please keep in mind it does not make any difference. कोई भी इंसान अपनी औकात से ज्यादा क्वेश्चन थोड़ी ना सॉल्व कर लेगा यार. मेरी अगर औकात 10 क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करने की है, पेपर में 10 आ रहे हैं कि 20 आ रहे हैं कि 50 आ रहे हैं, क्या फर्क पड़ता है. जस्ट गो एंड डू योर जॉब, राइट? And there are going to be enough questions for the skill level of each and every student. आपने जितना प्रिपरेशन किया है उस लेवल के तो क्वेश्चंस आएंगे ना यार, आप उन्हें ढूंढ के करो. क्यों टेंशन ले रहे हो एट दिस पॉइंट इन टाइम वेयर? बिल्कुल भी टेंशन नहीं होना चाहिए किसी भी तरह का. द वेरी फर्स्ट एंड फॉरमोस्ट थिंग इज कि हम रात को बड़ी अच्छी नींद सोए यार, सुबह बिंदास उठे, बढ़िया ढंग से तैयार हो और खुशी खुशी पेपर देने जाए. This time you should be the most happiest person and stay happy for another one day, right? The more happier you are, believe me, the better your scores will be. Please don't come under pressure. There should not be any tension, any iota of doubt कि क्या होगा types. Everything is going to be good, yeah. Right? So let's focus on studies again. अभी deviate मत करो. अभिजीत मत करो डेविएट. इट्स ऑलरेडी 7:30. वी हैव अ लॉट टू कवर. जस्ट लेट मी कंप्लीट ज्योमेट्री. उसके बाद वी विल डिस्कस यार, वी विल स्पेंड half an hour, 1 hour on these kind of discussions only, such that you all feel motivated. Right? Objective is feel motivated at this point in time, feel happy, that's it. कुछ नहीं चाहिए अभी. चलो मैं वीडियो बंद कर रहा हूं. So let's focus on studies again. Okay, now coming back. So in case of a right angle triangle, so if we are given that the three angles of the triangle are 30, 60 and 90, or in case of a right angle triangle, when two angles are equal, it means the two angles must be 45 degree. Please keep this in mind. So if it is a right angle isosceles triangle, it means these two angles are 45 and these are the two sides which are equal. So in case of a right angle triangle wherein the two sides are, let's say, A and A, so the third side comes out to be A root 2, right? So if it is an isosceles triangle and we are given hypotenuse to be A, right, and these two sides are equal, so you need to write it quickly that these two sides are going to be A by root 2 and A by root 2. Likewise, we should be in a position to write all the values very quickly when the triangle is 30, 60, 90. So in case of a 30, 60, 90 triangle, the sides opposite to 30, 60 and 90. So the side opposite to 30 is BC, side opposite to 60 is AB, side opposite to 90 is AC. So I am writing it A, this is B and this is C. So these three sides A, B, C will be in the ratio 1 is to root 3 is to 2. So this is always going to be true for any 30, 60, 90 triangle. So if one of the side is given to you, you can use it to find other sides very quickly. All right. If it is a 45, 45, 90 triangle, so wherein the two sides are equal and the third side we have already discussed. So the ratio among the three sides is 1 is to 1 is to root 2. And all these things should be very quick. Point number 7. In case of any right angle triangle, if we choose one of the angles to be theta, and the side opposite theta is always called perpendicular. The side adjacent to theta is called base of the triangle, and the side opposite 90 is always called hypotenuse. Now, there are few trigonometric ratios which we need to discuss right now. That sine theta is equivalent to perpendicular upon hypotenuse. Cos theta is equivalent to base upon hypotenuse. And tan theta equals perpendicular upon base. So please keep in mind tan theta is equivalent to sine theta upon cos theta. Right. So there are few important formulas for right angle triangles. Right. Another important observation in case of right angle triangle. So for any right angle triangle, the circumradius is always the midpoint of your hypotenuse. I repeat, in case of any right angle triangle, the circumradius is always midpoint of the hypotenuse. The reason is very simple. So this being a semicircle, angle in a semicircle is always 90 degrees. Because this angle is 90, this AC must be diameter of the circle. Right? So because of the same, this is always going to be the midpoint of the hypotenuse, a very, very basic but important theorem when it comes to right angle triangle. I hope this much is clear to each and every student. Yes, Benz. Pooja, give me some time. We will discuss how many questions to attempt because I have taken so many sessions on all these things. First of all, focus is right now to complete geometry. So please be patient and stay with me. We will complete entire theory first. So guys, I hope this all is clear, right? Good. Okay, so let's move on. So now when it comes to equilateral triangle, so in case of an equilateral triangle, we all know all sides are equal. So we usually take each side of an equilateral triangle as A, and all the angles measure the same, which is going to be 60 degree each. So the area of equilateral triangle is given by root 3 by 4 into side square. So we will call side as A, so it is A square. When it comes to height of the equilateral triangle, it is given by root 3 by 2 into A. Right? So when it comes to in radius and circumradius of the triangle, rather equilateral triangle, So these two are in the ratio 2:1. So this height is effectively is divided in the ratio 2:1. So this point is going to be your in radius, circumradius, orthocenter, as well as centroid. And we know centroid divides each and every median in the ratio 2:1, right? Because of the same, circumradius and in radius in case of equilateral triangle are in the ratio 2:1. So please keep that information in mind. And this height itself is divided in this ratio, right? So this is height of the equilateral triangle, which is divided in this ratio. So your circumradius in case of equilateral triangle comes out to be 2/3 of this, which is a upon root 3. And in radius comes out to be 1/3 of this value, which is a upon 2 root 3. Please memorize these values so that you can solve questions very quickly. नो हरीश, नो एक्सेंटर अगर नहीं पहले हमने किया तो छोड़ दो, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, right? That's why I also said that x radius is not much required, right? So I will draw the diagrams. Just give me a minute, because Shobit also asked what all diagrams are there. So I will draw the diagram so that we all are having a proper clarity about how the things will look like as well. So first of all, I'm taking you guys through the theory part. Okay, so let's move on. So if it is a case of equilateral triangle, if we draw all the midpoints, rather join all the midpoints of the three sides, the triangle now formed is also going to be an equilateral triangle. Again, if you will join the midpoints, the triangle that is getting formed is again going to be an equilateral triangle. So whenever you join midpoints of the equilateral triangle, all these triangles are going to result in equilateral triangles, right? And length of each such side keeps on getting half and half. If this side was A, this side comes out to be A/2, this side will be A/4, the side of next triangle will be A/8, and so on. So if you are required area of any of the triangle, you can find it very easily. On the other side, if you are being asked a ratio among area of triangles, that also becomes very easy by just looking at it. So area of this triangle, the smaller triangle, will be 1/4 of the bigger one, right? If again I draw a triangle here, so area of this smallest triangle will be 1/4 of this, and hence we can say area of this smaller triangle will be 1/16 of the largest triangle, because 1/4 into 1/4 is 1/16. So whenever there are two similar triangles, so for any two similar triangles, we can say, so if there are two triangles ABC and another triangle is DEF, if these two triangles are similar, so we can say that a ratio among area of triangle ABC to area of triangle DEF is equivalent to square of the ratio among the corresponding sides of the triangle. Either you say AB upon DE, or you take BC upon EF, or you take AC upon DF. So this is also equivalent to the square of the ratio of heights, which is equivalent to H1 upon H2 whole square, which in turn is also equivalent to the square of medians drawn. So if this is median whose length is M1 and this is median whose length is M2, so this is also equivalent to M1 upon M2 whole square, right? So please keep this specifically in mind, because usually you will not find this to be mentioned in the books also. I hope this much is clear. So there can be two triangles drawn like this, or if there is a triangle ABC, and if you draw a line which is parallel to any of the side of the triangle. So let's say if I draw DE like this. So if DE is parallel to BC, so we can be very sure of that triangle ADE is similar to triangle ABC. So the two triangles are going to be similar. So the ratio among area of triangle ADE to area of triangle ABC is equivalent to AD upon AB whole square. So AD is the side of smaller triangle, AB is the side of bigger triangle, which in turn is equivalent to AE upon AC whole square, or we can say is equivalent to DE upon BC whole square. Or we can draw common height of the two triangles. So if the height of smaller triangle is h1 and that of the bigger triangle is h2, so this is also equivalent to h1 upon h2 whole square. So if you draw median from here, right, so if this line is median to both the triangles, so let's say the medians are m1 m2, so this is also equivalent to m1 upon m2 whole square. So in any case, if the two triangles are not similar, so let's say in triangle ABC, if I draw a line which is not parallel to any of the side of the triangle, then area of triangle ADE to area of triangle ABC is equivalent to AD into AE upon AB into AC. So the common vertex should be the key here. It is equivalent to AD into AE upon AB into AC. So it is the product of two adjacent sides of the smaller triangle and product of two adjacent sides of the bigger triangle. So reason is I am using half AB sine theta in this case, where theta is A. So in the ratio, half and sine A get cancelled out. So left over is only and only AD and AE. So guys, please check it out. I hope this much is clear. देख लो यार, सभी देख लो. I hope सभी को clear है this much of. Pooja, Benz, Nikita, Shreya, please check it out. I hope all this is clear. Swapnil, Sudeshna. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, now, so let's first of all discuss the different centers that will also give us a clear idea about what things are going to be like. So there are few centers that we come across. One is orthocenter that we get by the point of intersection of altitudes. Then second is centroid that we get by the point of intersection of medians. Then we get in center, that is the point of intersection of internal angular bisectors. Then we get circumcenter, which is the point of intersection of perpendicular bisectors. So in any triangle, if we draw all the three altitudes, so in triangle ABC, let's say the three sides are A, B, and C. and we have drawn all the three perpendiculars, so the point of intersection of all the three is going to be the same. All right, so let's say this point is O. So few observations for orthocenter is, first of all, angle BOC. This is this entire angle BOC and this entire angle A add up to 180 degree. So this is very, very, very important that sum of these two is 180 degree. On the other side, if I take the three altitudes to be AD, BE and CF, area of this triangle can be equated in three ways. Either we can say half of AD into A, or half of BE into B, or half of CF into C, right? So half get cancelled out, so we can say AD into A equals BE into B equals CF into C. All the products are always going to be equal. If A, B and C are given to you, then this information will enable you to find a ratio between AD, BE and CF, which is going to be the inverse ratio between A, B and C. 1 upon A is to 1 upon B is to 1 upon C. So when you will simplify it, you will get the ratio among the three altitudes of the triangle. So when it comes to centroid, so we get centroid by the point of intersection of medians. So if I draw one of the median in this case, so let it be AD. So property of median is it divides opposite side in two equal parts. So BD will be equivalent to CD. Along with it, it also divides triangle in two equal areas. So area of triangle ABD equals area of triangle ACD, right? So area of both the triangles is same. There is also one theorem associated to it, which is called Apollonius theorem. So in case of Apollonius theorem, we can state it's a very, very, very important theorem. We can state AB square plus AC square. So I am taking A because the median is drawn from A. This is the common vertex. AB square plus AC square equal twice of AD square plus BD square. Right? Right, Shobit, that can be solved. That can be solved. So I'm not writing the simpler form of the same. So if we draw all the three medians BE and CF as well, right? So we can write this very same Apollonius theorem for this median BE and for this median CF as well. So when we add all the three equations, so I'm just writing it quickly. So I'm writing for BE now. So it will be AB square plus BC square equal twice of BE square plus CE square. Then it will be for median CF BC square plus AC square equal twice of CF square plus CF square plus not C plus AF square. So if you add all the three equations, we get 2AB square, 2BC square, 2AC square equal twice of sum of all the three. So 2 get cancelled out, and when you put BD equal 1 by 2 of BC square, it becomes 1 by 4 of BC square. Right? So likewise, when you solve it, it comes out to be AB square plus BC square plus AC square equal 4 by 3 times AD square plus BE square plus CF square. Please memorize this formula as well. इसके ऊपर भी based direct question आ चुका है. If length of sides is given to you and you are required square of sum of square of this medians, So this formula will be very, very handy. Or if you are given length of the medians and you are required sum of square of sides, we can use it straightways to find our answer. So now when it comes to in center, okay, one more thing about medians, we all know that the centroid, so this point is, let's say, H, centroid divide each and every median in the ratio 2:1. So this ratio is going to be 2:1 always. Okay, now, so in case of in center, if we draw angular bisector of all the three angles, the point where they meet is called in center. So you can draw a circle at this point by keeping it as center, which is touching all the three sides of the triangle, something like this. All right. Now, if I write this angle, so let it be ABC, and this point is I. And now we have to build a relation between angle BIC and angle A. So please always keep in mind angle BIC equal 90° plus half of angle A. This is one observation. Second is, do not think that this is going to be the radius. A radius is going to be this line. This is a very, very, very critical information. A radius is going to be this line and not when this angular bisector is extended. All right, so this line will be your radius if and only if AB equal AC or all three sides are equal. So then in case of in center, we can say in radius, as we have discussed, which is small r is equivalent to area of triangle upon semi-perimeter. So likewise, when it comes to circumcenter, for any triangle, when we draw perpendicular bisectors, so their point of intersection is called circumcenter. So at this point, you can frame a circle which is passing through all the three vertices of the triangle. So this length is always going to be your circumradius, which is always equal. So let's take BC here and O here. So in this case, we can say angle BOC equals twice of angle A. Angle subtended by an arc at the center of the circle is always twice of that subtended at circumference of the circle. So if you can figure out any point within the triangle, on one of the side of the triangle or outside the triangle, right, if that point is equidistant from all the three vertices, it means that point is circumcenter. So you can use the property of circumcenters the moment you can figure out that there is a point which is equidistant from all the three vertices. Guys, चल नहीं रही क्या वीडियो? अरे यार. Guys, are you guys facing any issue? Loop हो रहा है क्या? Okay, okay, okay. Right, right, Shobhan. Okay, now, so the only thing now left is X center. So for any triangle, if you extend two sides of the triangle and draw angular bisectors here and here, So the point they are meeting is called X center. And at this point, if you form a circle, so your circle will touch the two sides which were extended and the third side which was not extended. Right, so this is called this X radius. So this will be X radius because all the three sides are acting as a tangent to this circle. So I'm taking it as A, this is B, this is C, and let it be O. Now angle BOC and angle A will form a relation that angle BOC equals 90 degree minus half of angle A. All right. On the other side, in case of X radius, I just mentioned its formula. So X radius equals area of triangle upon semi-perimeter minus A. So in this case, BC is A, AC is B, and AB is C. So it is semi-perimeter minus length of the side which is not extended. Now I hope all the circles will be clear to each and every student. Right, Shobit. So please keep in mind all the formulas that I have mentioned. Okay, now. So in any so now in any triangle, if we draw a line AD, then please keep in mind a ratio between area of triangle ABD and ADC. So we can say in this case, height of both these triangles is the same. Height for both the triangles is same. And if I use formula half of base into height, right? So in that case, half and half get cancelled out, height get cancelled out. So it results in it is equivalent to BD upon CD. If I take this angle to be theta and this angle to be alpha, and if I apply the formula half of AB sine theta, so in ratio half and half again get cancelled out. AD being the common side get cancelled out, so results in AB sine theta upon AC sine alpha. Now in any case, if theta equal alpha, now we are going to discuss angle bisector theorem. So you can say angle bisector theorem, or you can also say angular bisector theorem. Either ways it is the same, right? So when theta equals alpha, we get AB upon AC equals BD upon CD. So this is again a theorem called angular bisector theorem. So please always keep this in mind. Another very important theorem is in case if a triangle is inscribed inside a circle. So this theorem is very helpful in building relation between the angles. If we draw a tangent on any of the vertex of this triangle, right? If we draw a tangent on any of the vertex of this triangle, then this angle, I'm not saying it as external angle, it is not external angle. So this angle will be equivalent to the angle opposite to side AC, because we are forming this angle on side AC. So the opposite to it is this. So these two angles are going to be same. Likewise, when we are building angle on this side BC, this is alpha, and the angle opposite BC is going to be angle A. So this angle is again going to be alpha. So this theorem is called external, not external, क्या बोल रहे थे आप? Right, give me a minute, Manas. So this theorem is called angular This theorem is called alternate segment theorem. नहीं alternate नहीं. ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है, alternate segment theorem. Okay, so let me read your messages. I think काफी messages आ रहे हैं. Right, Param, just wait. Abhi it will take some time to move. Okay. ठीक है, चलो let's move ahead. So now when it comes to a quadrilateral, whose four sides are given to us. So let's say the sides are A, B, C and D. In order to find area of quadrilateral, we always divide the quadrilateral in two triangles. So the two triangles can be formed by either joining BD or by joining AC. So that depends on what all values are given to me along with sides of the quadrilateral, but all angles are there. So if angle B and angle D are given to you, then it will enable you to find area of triangle ABC and area of triangle ADC. So sum of those two will be your answer. If you are given angle A along with angle C, so again we can find area of triangle ABD and BCD to find area of the quadrilateral. So there must be some extra information given to you so that when you are converting or you are breaking the quadrilateral to two triangles, you should be in a position to find areas of the two triangles. So if you are given length of the diagonals as well along with all the four sides, then we can also apply Heron's formula in two of the triangles. So let's say if AB, BC and AC is given to you, right, and C and D is also given to me, then we can apply Heron's formula in triangle ADC and in triangle ABC. So triangles play the most critical role in case of geometry. So in case of cyclic quadrilateral, so this was a generic case of quadrilateral. If there is a cyclic quadrilateral, so cyclic quadrilateral is the one which can be inscribed inside a circle, which means all the four vertices of the quadrilateral lie on the circumference of the circle. So in case of cyclic quadrilateral, please keep in mind that sum of opposite angles is 180 degree. So angle B plus D is 180, or we can say angle A plus angle C is also equivalent to 180. It is a very important theorem. सभी को इसका हमेशा ध्यान रखना चाहिए. Along with that, if you extend any one side of the quadrilateral, let's say you extend AB. Now this external angle of the quadrilateral will be equivalent to internal opposite angle. So if this angle is theta, this is also theta and vice versa. Then in case of cyclic quadrilateral, if the four sides are A, B, C and D, then we can find area of quadrilateral by applying Heron's formula, which is equivalent to square root of S minus A, S minus B, S minus C, S minus D under the root, where S is again going to be the semi-perimeter, which is sum of A, B, C and D divided by 2. So guys, please check it out. I hope it should be clear. right, right. ठीक है जी. चलो, let's move on. So if it is a case of parallelogram, the most important part in case of parallelogram is its area. So if two sides are given to me as, let's say, length and breadth, then area of the parallelogram is not L into B. Please keep that in mind. So that's why I am writing it here. Area is not L into B. So इसे highlight कर रहा हूँ. Area of a parallelogram is equivalent to one side multiplied by distance between the two parallel sides. So if I am taking L, then there must be a distance between AB and CD. So this height we can form anywhere. So we can drop a perpendicular from C on AB. So this is going to be H1. Or we can drop a perpendicular from D on AB. So this is going to be our H1. So area is equivalent to L into H1, or it is equivalent to B into H2. So this will be the height when we are considering BC as the base. So guys, please check it out. I hope it is clear. Okay, so let's move ahead. So if it is a case of a square, not square, parallelogram, so let me draw it again. So if it is a case of a parallelogram, and we are given two sides of the parallelogram, so let it be A and this is B. And along with it, we are given one of the diagonal of the parallelogram. So let this BD given to me is 2C. In this question, he can ask you the length of AC. Right? So please always keep in mind that in triangle ABC, this BO is acting as a median. So we can use Apollonius theorem here to find length of AC. If BD is 2C, then OB comes out to be C. Right? And we can find the length of AO or the length of AC by applying Apollonius theorem. So this is going to be the common vertex here, which is B. So it gives me A square plus B square equals twice of C square plus OC square, which is half of AC whole square, which is 1 by 4 AC square. So when we will open the bracket, take 2C square on the other side, A square plus B square minus 2C square equals 2 into 1 by 4, which is half of AC square. Or AC comes out to be twice of A square plus B square minus 2 times C square. So please keep this information always in your mind. So this will make your calculations very, very easy. Bhavna, I am applying Apollonius theorem in case of this parallelogram. Shobit, which part you are not able to understand? EQ. Shobit, which one? Upper one or lower one? Shobit, the upper one or the lower one? So the lower one, right? So that I'm just writing Apollonius theorem, right, Shobit? I'm just writing Apollonius theorem. We wrote it now. We just wrote it here. Apollonius theorem. I am using it for any triangle. If you see a median, you can always apply Apollonius theorem. Is it done? Right. Okay, so let's move on. So if it is a case of a rectangle or a square, so they are the two very basic piece of sets. So that's why we can see a lot of questions coming on either a case of a square or a case of a rectangle. So in case of a square, all the four sides are always equal and the diagonals are always equal and they are perpendicular bisectors of each other. So this angle is going to be 90, along with that this equal that, and these two are also equal. So area of a square is given by a side square, or perimeter is given by a 4 times side of the square. Guys, I hope it is back again. So network is playing really bad with me for a couple of days. It's really very bad. Chalo, let's proceed. So in case of a rectangle, these two angles are not equal. Likewise, in case of a parallelogram. So these angles are equal. So angle B equal angle D, or we can say angle A equal angle C. But angle A is not equal to angle D. Sum of angle A and D, or sum of angle B plus angle C, is equivalent to 180 degree. Sum of A and D, sum of B and C is 180. Or we can say sum of A and B, sum of D and C is also 180. Because all these angles are going to be co-interior angles. Right? So in case of a parallelogram, when we draw diagonals, so again these two angles are not going to be equal. So if one of them is alpha, other is beta or theta, you can say, right? So these two angles are again not equal. But this angle alpha is equivalent to this angle alpha because these two are going to be equal because of this. They are alternate interior angles, right? So this is alpha, that is alpha. So likewise, when this angle is beta, this angle is also going to be beta because they are alternate interior angles. So please keep these pattern in mind. Do not assume anything which is not a property of the given diagram in the picture. So parallelogram, square, rectangle. Now next is a rhombus. So in case of a rhombus, all four sides are equal. The only difference between square and rhombus will be that these angles are not 90-degree anymore. But still all the four sides are going to be the same. Let it be A and A. So if we draw both the diagonals of a rhombus, so in case of a rhombus, diagonals are not of same length. So like in case of a square or in case of a rectangle, diagonals are of same length. In case of a parallelogram, diagonals are not of same length. Likewise, in case of a rhombus, diagonals are not of same length, right? So if I say we are required area of a rhombus, it is equivalent to half of product of one of the diagonal and the other diagonal, right? So perimeter here comes out to be still 4 times A because all the four sides are going to be equal. So then it depends on what all information is given to me to finally solve the questions. So this is the basic gist for a rhombus. Now next is a kite-shaped figure. So in a kite-shaped figure, the upper two sides are equal and other pair of sides is equal. So in this case, AB and AD are equal, CD and BC are equal. So if we draw the two diagonals in case of a kite-shaped figure, they are perpendicular to each other. So one is going to be a shorter diagonal, one is going to be a longer diagonal. So the shorter diagonal is getting bisected, not the longer one. Shorter diagonal gets bisected, but not the larger one or the longer one, right? So we can say only OB is equivalent to OD. OA and OC are not going to be equal if it is a kite-shaped figure. I hope this much is clear. हर्षल थोड़ा सा यार इशू है नेट का पिछले 2-3 दिन से in my area, so that's why I had to postpone the classes also. So that's why we are doing it at this point in time. I expected it to be good, but still it is playing around. Okay, now let's move on. So if we come across a trapezium ABCD, so area of trapezium is given by half of height into sum of parallel sides. So let's say this is A, this is B, and height of the trapezium is H. So area is given by half of H into A plus B. Now in this case, in order to find perimeter, we must know the length of AD and BC, which may or may not be the same. If AD equal BC, we call it as isosceles trapezium. Or we call it as isosceles trapezoid, right? So if AD and BC are equal, A and Hanji, so sorry guys. My system restarted. Yes, yes, yes. So sorry, so sorry. Uh, okay, so let's continue. Okay, so we were discussing trapezium. So in case of a trapezium, let's assume this to be A, this to be B, and a height of the trapezium is h. So area we all know is given by half of height of the trapezium into A plus B. Now if I take midpoint of AD and midpoint of BC, let this point be E and F. So the length of line segment EF will be equivalent to average of A and B. Please keep this information in mind. So direct question on this particular information can come across to you, that if AB is given to you, CD is given to you, and he is asking the length of FE or EF, where E and F are midpoints of the two sides. So it can be done directly. It is equivalent to A plus B divided by 2. So likewise, if I say that given to me is 2 points G and H, such that the ratio between DH and HA is 1:3, right? Which means this much DH is 1 by 4, right? So in that case, again, in order to find length of HG, please keep in mind if A and B are given to you, it enables you to find this value, which is A plus B by 2. If this is 1, 4 and this is 1 by 2, so this is also going to be 1 by 4, which means these two are again going to be equal. So H and G are the midpoints. So length of HG comes out to be average of A and A plus B by 2. So just observe this particular pattern. It makes our job very, very easy to find lengths without wasting any time. Is it clear, everyone? So the other thing that we were discussing, which is very, very, very important in case of isosceles trapezium, is if A, B, C, D are given to you, if it is isosceles trapezium, it means AD and BC are equal. So if the length of AB and CD is given to me, so let's say given to me as AB is 10 and CD given to me is 18. So if AB is 10, this XY is also going to be 10. So the remaining 8 will be equally divided among DX and YC, because in case of isosceles trapezium, triangle AXD and triangle BYC are congruent triangles. So if this is 4, this is 4. If AX is given to you, you can find the length of AD. Or if AD is given to you, you can find the length of AX by applying Pythagoras theorem. So if I say AD is 5, then AX comes out to be 3. Or BY comes out to be 3. And then you can also find area of the trapezium. Or you can answer any other question aligned to it. Now, if we are given that a circle is inscribed inside a trapezium. So let's say the situation is something like this. A circle is inscribed inside a trapezium. So let it be A, B, C, D. So whenever a circle is inscribed inside a trapezium, so please always consider that all these line segments are going to be the tangents to the circle. And tangent drawn from any external point on the circle are of same length, right? So we can say this AX is equivalent to AY, or BY is equivalent to BZ, or CZ is equivalent to CW, or DW is equivalent to DX. When we simplify this, it gives me AB plus CD equals AD plus BC. So whenever a circle is inscribed, then please use this information to find more values in case of a trapezium. This is again very, very, very important part. Harish, which one, what all properties? Is it like the average wala property? No, it's a generic case. It is applicable to any trapezium, not the isosceles one. That's what we just did, Manas. We inscribed a circle inside a trapezium. So this is a circle inscribed inside the trapezium. You can also inscribe trapezium inside a circle. Right? So in this case, the height of trapezium will also act as diameter of the circle. Height of trapezium will act as diameter of the circle. Yes, yes, yes. It's a generic case. Manas, it's a generic case. Isosceles I only use to explain this example. Right? It's a generic case. It's a generic case. What we are discussing. Right. Okay, so guys, let's move on. So in case of a circle, whose radius is r, we all know area is given by pi r square, and length of the circumference is 2 pi r. So length of the circumference is also equivalent to distance covered by a circular wheel in one revolution. So this is 2 pi r, right? So we can also say that the number of revolutions made by the circular wheel is equivalent to total distance traveled divided by length of the circumference, which is 2 pi r. Right? So this in itself is a standalone piece of information which is very important. So direct question इस पे भी आ चुके हैं CAT में. On the other side, area of sector is given by, so let's say this is the sector we are talking about, who is subtending an angle of theta at the center. So area of sector is given by theta upon 360 into pi r square, or length of this arc is given by theta upon 360 into 2 pi r. Right? So please keep this information in mind. So length of this part, the length of this segment is called theta upon 360 into 2 pi r. Now please keep in mind this one is called minor arc. When this angle is less than 180, this is called minor arc, and this is major arc. Or you can say this is going to be minor segment, and that is going to be your major segment. On the other side, this total angle we know is equivalent to 360 degree. If this angle is theta, then this is called reflex angle. Which is equivalent to 360 minus theta. On the other side, in case of a circle, if the angle subtended by an arc at the center, right, is always twice the angle subtended at the circumference. So if this is going to be theta, this is going to be 2 theta. So wherever it may be, right, it is going to be theta. All these angles are also going to be equal. So if I am considering this arc and this angle, then the vertex should be on this part of the circumference. If it comes on this part, right, so if this angle given to you is 2 theta, this angle will be 180 minus theta. So these two are not the same. So I'm just going to draw the two only to give you a better picture. So if this angle is 2 theta, this angle is going to be 180 minus theta, right? And this angle is going to be theta. Please guys check it out. I hope it is clear. Guys, is it done? Okay, so let's move on. So in case of a circle, if we draw a chord inside the circle, so longest chord is always going to be the diameter of the circle. If we draw two chords which are equidistant from the center, right? If we draw two chords which are equidistant from the center, so there can be like infinitely many chords that can be drawn. So please keep that information in your mind, right? If there are two chords which are parallel and are of same length, then if one of the chord is on this side of the circle, then other must be on this side of the circle. All right. So if I draw this chord and this chord, this distance from the center to the chord is going to be the same. If in any case there are two chords which are of same length and let's say they are intersecting something like this, still from the center this distance is going to be the same. And whenever we join center of the circle and the midpoint of the chord, it is always perpendicular to the chord, or we can say if we draw perpendicular on the chord, it is always going to bisect the chord. So it is true in each and every case. So if we draw two chords in case of a circle, which are intersecting. So there is a very important property related to it. So let it be PA, B, C, and D. So here we can say PA into PB equals PC into PD. Likewise, if there are two secants which are drawn in a circle, so secants you will find that are originating from the same point. So let it be PAB, C and D. And there is also a tangent drawn to the circle from very same point. So we usually write it as PT. So we can say PA into PB equals PC into PD equals PT square. So we can choose which two values to be equated in order to find the unknowns. Here I just said that if the two chords are intersecting or the two chords are parallel, if they are of same length, if the length of these two chords is same, wherever you draw them, this distance is going to be the same. Distance between center and chords of equal length is going to be the same. You can choose where to draw them, or as per the given condition, wherever they are, if the chords are of same length, then the distance of the center to the chords is going to be the same. Okay, good. So now this is about chords intersecting. This is about secant or tangent to the circle, right? So now if we are given that there are two circles which are whose centers are at a distance of d, and the radii of the two circles is r1 and r2. So let's say this is r1 and here given to me is r2. Then the length of direct common tangent. So this angle is going to be 90 and this angle is again going to be 90. थोड़ा सा टेढ़ा बनेगा, मैंने ऐसे बना दिया. So length of direct common tangent is going to be square root of d square minus r1 minus rather r2 minus r1 whole square. So in any case, if the two circles are touching each other, if the two circles are touching each other externally, so the value of d effectively, which is the distance between two centers, right, d comes out to be r1 plus r2. So in this case, length of direct common tangent comes out to be r1 plus r2 whole square minus r2 minus r1 whole square, which when simplified results in twice of square root of r1 into r2. So this much of length is going to be twice of square root of r1 into r2. So please keep that information in mind. Is it done? So if there is a transversal, so if the tangent is drawn like this, so this is called transversal tangent. So length of indirect common tangent or transversal tangent is equivalent to square root of d square minus r1 plus r2 whole square. आराम से करो हरीश, इस टाइम पे कोई जल्दबाजी नहीं, ठीक है? So keep in mind the length of direct common tangent, ये भी directly we are required in questions to answer, or indirect common tangent. So that is again, we are required to find the values directly. So just put in the values and job becomes very easy. So I think let's keep it this much only, guys. So we have done a lot. Now I will answer all your queries. It's about to get 9. So then you guys have to sleep also. So have a good sleep, right? So eat proper food before going to the session also tomorrow morning. Because if I start teaching, things are never ever going to end, right? So this is a very 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 important time. प्लीज कोई भी स्टूडेंट किसी भी तरह का डर ना दिमाग में रखे. I have seen students in my entire lifetime who never ever scored even 70 percentile in mock test, but in cat exam they scored more than 99 percentile, and that happens every year. So if you were getting low marks in mock test because of any xyz reason, just keep it aside, right? Now it is going to be the D day for you. Yes, Naved, yes. Now it is going to be the D day for you guys. So please keep in mind that you are the one who are going to rule your exam. A little bit of stress can ruin your exam. So please do not build anything. Whatever people are saying around you should not matter at all. Whatever they are talking about, just keep it aside. Just leave it. Right? So as we have I have shown you the instructions initially, that what all you have to carry. Please take printout of your admit card timely. It shouldn't be a last minute activity. Please keep your photograph handy. You have to paste only that photograph which you have already sent to IAM authorities. Please do not paste a new photograph. Please keep that in mind, right? The very same photograph is to be pasted. That is very 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 important. Right, Shakti, right, Ishika. So those who are going for first slot, uh, see, the slots are not in our hand, but how we are going to behave in our slots, that is purely in my hand. I always tell my students and even my son also that everything is under control till the time we are alive. So you should never feel that maybe things are not under control, they have gone out of control. It is never ever going to happen till the time we all are alive, right? So we are not going to die anymore. So please keep in mind everything is under control and you can win, right? Provided कोई टेंशन नहीं लेने का, कुछ भी हो जाए. When it comes to how many questions will come in exam, in all my sessions, I never talked about how many questions will come or how much we should solve. I always talked about the data in percentage terms. I always discussed all the patterns in percentage terms, which means we can all देखो इशिका ने अभी वही मैसेज कर दिया, how many question we should attempt, sir. इशिका वही तो बता रहा हूँ. It depends on the number of questions that are coming. It also depends on मेरी अभी तक का जो प्रिपरेशन है वो कैसा है, right, इशिका? If I have really worked hard till date, then you should not be worried about all this, that how many questions will come. You go and try to solve all the questions. There is no harm in it. Why to restrict yourself in solving questions के इतना ही करेंगे, right? So one movie that inspired me a lot is the movie called Goal, right? So entire year we are giving you different strategies कि ऐसा करो वैसा करो एग्जाम में, ये चीज ट्राई करके देखो, वो चीज ट्राई करके देखो. कल का दिन is your day, right? And you have to play for a winning situation, right? Do anything and everything to win the game. So कोई भी बिल्कुल भी टेंशन नहीं लेगा. You are going to win the game and you have to work accordingly. विक्रम, you go by whatever means you have to go. They are not going to check you कि तुम कैसे आए. क्या फर्क पड़ता है ना यार विक्रम. धना, बिल्कुल नहीं सोचना अभी कुछ भी तुमने. The moment you will see what happens to me, right? Let me tell it to you. Let me tell it to you. Subhan, send the same same message to YouTube students also. Guys, there is a message which is being shared by Subhan. It is our official Telegram group link. Please join this group so that tomorrow when all the analysis is coming up, you can join the analysis within a fraction of second by just clicking at the link shared with you tomorrow, right? Okay, so coming back, Ayush, there are no negative marking for theta questions as on date, but I always choose not to answer these kind of questions because the most important part is when you are going to appear in the exam tomorrow, please read the instructions carefully and please keep that in mind. You will be having ample amount of time. You have to read the instructions carefully, each one of you. So many students do a mistake wherein they do not read the instructions carefully and hence commit mistakes, right? What will be the marking scheme? That is very, very important for all of us to understand. What will be the negative marking scheme? That is again not known to any of us. ये किसी को पता नहीं चलेगा कल मॉर्निंग से पहले that what is the marking scheme or the instruction manual given by them. Right? So in any case, if you come across any problem while doing paper, right? So please, अगर आपका सिस्टम शट डाउन हो जाता है, कोई भी स्टूडेंट घबराएगा नहीं, राइट? कोई भी स्टूडेंट घबराएगा नहीं. अगर आपका सिस्टम शट डाउन हुआ, your time is going to halt there. Your paper will start from the very same point, right? And there will not be any time lost. बिल्कुल घबराना नहीं है. If you come across a question wherein you feel that the question is definitely wrong, please do not fight with the invigilators. They cannot do anything. I have done it many a times, but they are not in a capacity to take any decision. So you just skip that question, move on to next one. So you just need to solve 5 questions in first 5 minutes. Find it and solve it. The way I always say, easy questions सबसे पहले करो. ठीक है? Find those easy questions and and in 5 to 7 to maximum 10 minutes take it as a target. मेरे पांच क्वेश्चन तो सॉल्व होने ही चाहिए, right? Find only those 5 questions and then in remaining half an hour we can always think of what to do, what not to do, right? Those who are going to appear in second and third slot, a very, very, very critical information for them. When you will be listening to the analysis or the stories which are coming out, right? Please do not react. No two papers are going to be the same, or the people you will interact with, right? You guys are not the same. कि कोई अगर स्टूडेंट पेपर अच्छा नहीं कर पाया, अगर कुछ एक सेट ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स को पेपर डिफिकल्ट लगा, it happens every year. Even the easiest paper is called difficult by the students. Gaurav, attempt strategy is go and solve entire paper. जितना कर सकते हो करो, कुछ नहीं सोचने का. The only thing you need to focus is do not stick to a question. There are going to be only 3 type of questions. One is we are sure about that we can do. Second is we are sure about we cannot do. Third is we don't know, hoga nahi hoga. They are not going to waste your time. This is the one which is going to waste your time. Questions which you are not sure about whether you can do it or not. avoid these questions in round 1. These are the questions you are sure about, देखते ही हाँ मैं कर लूंगा. This all comes in round 1, right? They are the questions, ये तो तुमने करने ही नहीं है, you have already decided कि ये तो तुम कर ही नहीं सकते. So obviously it will not waste your time. Then comes this. Maybe in round 2 or in round 3, there are going to be certain questions where you have to invest time and you do not know how much time they will consume. But round 1 questions are going to be those you are sure about how to solve them. Just by looking at the information given to you, you are in a position to solve it. That is the only attempt strategy, Gaurav, which is going to work always. Right? So बिल्कुल भी किसी ने घबराना नहीं है, बिंदास जाके पेपर दो. सेकंड थर्ड स्लॉट वाले स्टूडेंट्स किसी की कोई बात नहीं सुनेंगे. स्पेसिफिकली व्हेन इट कम्स टू नेगेटिव रिमार्क्स कोई नहीं सुनेगा. There are going to be a lot of institutions who are going to maybe come up with news, right, in a very अर्नब वे. ठीक है, कि इंडिया जानना चाहता है कैट का पेपर इजी क्यों बनाया या डिफिकल्ट क्यों बनाया. So paper is always easy. Paper is always up to the level of my preparation, right? इस चीज को ध्यान में रख के जाना है सभी. ठीक है. So I wish each one of you very best for the exam. आराम से जाके पेपर देना. पेपर में 20 क्वेश्चंस आते हैं, 25 आते हैं, 30 आते हैं, 34 आते हैं, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ने वाला. अगर कल एग्जाम में 60 क्वेश्चंस आए, 66, 75, 100 कुछ भी आए, your strategy is not going to change, right? You can solve only those many questions in 40 minutes जितनी किसी की भी level of preparation है. In my language I call it as जितनी मेरी औकात है मैं उतने ही solve करके आऊंगा, ना कम ना ज्यादा, in the given time frame. So why to worry, right? So please everyone, पानी लिमिटेड पीना, ज्यादा मत पीना. 9 बज गए हैं, टाइमली सो जाना. अभी कोई भी स्टूडेंट फोन पे टाइम वेस्ट ना करे, राइट? सो फोन को बंद करके सो जाओ बिंदास, बढ़िया ढंग से नींद पूरी करो. सुबह बढ़िया ढंग से उठो, सबसे पहले नहाओ धो, पाठ पूजा करो, राइट? सो जो भी आप भगवान को मानते हो उनका नाम जरूर लो. Just have a spoon of curd before leaving, right? So curd will keep you energetic, or you can have entire bowl of curd if you feel like. थोड़ा चीनी डाल के जरूर लो, right? So सभी बेसिक चीजों का ध्यान रखो. पेरेंट्स का आशीर्वाद लो, सुबह सुबह उठ के मम्मी पापा को प्रणाम करो, पैरी पहना करो, राइट? बढ़िया ढंग से हग करके जाओ और किला फतेह करके आओ. Right, so thank you guys, thanks a lot for your time, thanks a lot. So we will keep trying to pushing you towards your goal. So wish you again very best. So the moment you guys are done with your exam, sabhi jaldi se online aa jana for the analysis part, right? So guys, good night. Thank you. हर्षल, रेड बुल मत पी के जाना गलती से भी. सुयोग, when you say normalization, it is effectively called scaling, right? Scaling is there, right? And only God knows how they do that scaling. So again, you should not be worried about any of those things, Suyog. That's what I mean. सब भूल जाओ. You just go there, do your job and come back. कोई भी स्टूडेंट अब उतना ही कर पाएगा जो हमने कर्म किए. रातों रात कोई चमत्कार हो जाए, that is something else, right? By the blessings of God or parents or all near and dear ones, if we can do something really different, तो अलग बात है. अदरवाइज हमने बहुत मेहनत किया है, जितना मेहनत किया है उसके अकॉर्डिंगली अच्छे मार्क्स ही आने चाहिए. And even I can see many of us are attending somewhere around 6 to 8 hours class on a daily basis. Gradeup पे ही आपका इतना हो जाता है, plus practice of your own, right? But else is required to do it. So target should be 99 plus percentile by each one of you, right? So guys, now I am signing off. ज़्यादा time नहीं लूँगा. ठीक है जी. Good night. Wish you guys very 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 best. Do well. Right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. God bless you. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.